Oregon State University is leading the construction of 3 new research ships for the academic research fleet, funded by the National Science Foundation. Shipwrights in Louisiana are making progress on vessels that will be based in the Atlantic, Gulf, and Pacific coasts. As the ships draw closer to completion, the vessels and scientists who will sail on them represent greater communities, the communities that inspired each of the ships' names. The Gulf-based ship is named to honor the legacy of civil rights and community leadership in the segregated South.
So can I tell you, I usually just refer to the ship as the Pops. Pops? Because it's weird for me to keep saying Gilbert or Mason, you know. But if you all want to call it the Pops, you can. He would like that, actually. Or the Doc, either one. He would like either one of those. I'm Aria Mason Foles. I'm Gilbert R. Mason's granddaughter. I'm excited to see the progress of where the ship is, but also at the keeling, I was expecting my daughter, who's now 4. And so this is her first time getting to have contact with her great-grandfather's ship. Only about 2% of people in marine science, oceanography, engineering are Black. Less than half of them are women. And it's important that we continue to make the world that everyone is living in explorable for everybody who's living in it. I do want to make sure that we're not just looking at him in a very narrow lens with the beaches or just with medicine, but understanding all of the ways that we take that work forward. He did so much for his community, not only as a civil rights activist, but really as a physician and as a healer. I just get tickled because I can hear him in my ear, you know, being tickled himself about all of this. The future of what people will be able to do and how people will be able to know more about the world that we live in and more about each other through the equal access to the ship is absolutely a testament to who he was. And I'm proud to be his granddaughter.
On the Atlantic coast, the ship's namesake will be of the people of the Dawn, where the water meets the land.
My grandparents, they owned and operated a Native American restaurant here called Dovecrest. And I grew up playing in this space with my cousins and my sibling and my family members. And it's a beautiful place to be. It's very rural. The beginning of healing is in that name. The history, the culture, the historical and intergenerational trauma that has befallen us because of conquest and colonization, but also understanding our resilience and perseverance and continuation and strength that our community has. We are the people of the Dawn land, if you will, of the East. This ship will dock in Narragansett Bay, which is named after us, in the town of Narragansett, which is also named after us. Naming a ship Narragansett Dawn, is it going to change everybody's lives, just that one thing? No, but it's the mindset that took place to change, and that's pervasive. Then it starts to change the way people think. As the scientists step on board the research vessel for the first time, I want them to think about our people as seagoing people that had a relationship with Khitan, the ocean, in a way that maybe we don't have in the same way today in the 21st century. For some people, it's just a name that is there, and they're not going to ever know the whole backstory. Hearing that name, Narragansett, but actually connecting it, not just as a name, like a town or a bay, but the name of a people that have been here, as my elders always said, since time immemorial.
And out west, the Pacific coast will be home waters to the Taani.
Years ago, we had a Maori delegation come over from New Zealand, and they would not come on into Western Oregon without permission from us because it was our lands. I never had anybody ever ask us anything about permission. And so being asked something like that is really something in and of itself, that we would be asked to name something of such significance. Ta, or the stem of the word, is related to Tagarshna. And Tagarshna means a body of water that kind of sits still. For instance, a puddle or a lake or whatever, it doesn't matter the size, it's Tagarshna. And Ning is your face. So when we talk about the ocean or the sea, actually, you're saying Taani. When you look out, you're looking out over the face of the ocean. It's also a directional term. It's pretty interesting how Athabascan works that way, because the sea is markedly to the west of us. It's been described as offshore or west of here. So Taani is just simply that description. It's a very simple but beautiful term. The work that goes on is so important, not just for humankind, it's for every living thing. We have to speak for all of those things that can't speak for themselves. We need to protect all of our animal relatives and stand up for them, because they don't have anybody to stand up for them but us. Our young people live in two worlds, and one foot in our old traditional world and the other in the modern. And they both can complement each other very nicely, because you go forward with the new and learning and using new technology, but it's always balanced by your respect that you have for your culture and for your people and for all those beings that you're there to protect.
With thousands of current and future scientists to board these vessels in the decades to come, a name is more than just a name. It charts a course for the future of science and for those that exist in it.